Oh my gosh, this whole going live thing on, on YouTube is so cool. It's so fun. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Valerie Lewis, right here, coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C. I'm so excited today. I feel like this is the real kickoff, right? Yesterday was just the preface. Today is the real deal. Like, we really like flipping those pages, okay? So, welcome to Val's Business Builder Book Club. And we are in the process of going through The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. We are on chapter 1, you guys. It's called The Right to Be Rich. All right. So I'm really excited about this. Assistant, make sure you're letting people know I'm live now. Thanks. Okay. So let's get on into this. I'm pulling my book up, okay, because I love this chapter. It really reminds you that you're worth so much. Like, if you were to go up to somebody and you say, oh, well, what's life worth to you? What's your life worth to you? Everybody's like, my life is priceless. And yet we go and we sell our lives by the hour when we go to work. Hello. Hello. Right? And it's like, oh my gosh, I do deserve to be rich. And one of the things, like, I got so many notes, but let's just kind of go through from the beginning of the chapter through to the end. I'm going to try not to skip ahead. Okay. And also put in the comments, put in the chat what you think about it, how you're feeling about it, what some of your standpoints on it, that whole thing. What are you getting from it? What value are you getting? So anyway, from me, he's saying, there are lots of people out here that will praise poverty. Oh yes, you shouldn't be thinking about yourself. You should give to other people. My question is, how are you going to give if you don't have something to give? Right? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Duh. Okay. So if you're poor, it's going to be really difficult for you to be able to show me how to be rich or to show me how to get out of my own poverty and my mess, right? Poverty is not a good thing. I don't know. Like, I'm not understanding why so many people think that's a good thing. I guess they're just conditioned to think that, or like they look around at their circumstances and they think that's where they're supposed to stay. I don't know. But, what he went on to say is it's not even possible for you to live a really complete or a successful life unless you're rich. And he goes further into this as to explain, the object of all life. And I'm reading this right from him. The object of all life is development. Everything that lives has an inalienable right to all the development it's capable of attaining. Right. And for us, it's basically three main parts everybody always talks about: the mind, the soul, and the body, right? Or the mind, the spirit, and the body, right? So when you're thinking about those things, this is when he really gets even deeper into each one of those things. You can't have a full and complete life if you only focus on building up in one area and you neglect the other two areas. Okay. And the thing about it is, hold on, something just happened. Okay. So the thing about it is, if I focus on any one of those three areas, it is going to require riches to make sure that I can build that area in my life up to its fullest potential. We are so powerful. We are powerful beyond measure. And we're here on this planet to live the fullest life we possibly can. And in order to do that, you need money to do that. Okay. So he puts it much more eloquently than I do. So let me get on in here. But he was saying the man's right to life is his right to have the free and unrestricted use of all things which may be necessary for his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfoldment. Okay. Or in other words, the right to be rich. So he goes on to say, this book, and I had let you guys know that yesterday, this book is not about being figuratively rich, about the idea of being rich, the philosophy of richness. He's not talking about, being rich in any other way but monetary, right? because in order for you to be rich yesterday, money is a resource. It's neither good nor evil. It's an inanimate object, a resource. Okay. What your intentions are when you use it is what makes it, good or bad. Just like a hammer. A hammer is a useful tool if you use it right, but it could also be a murder weapon. Hello. Okay. So when people talk about money, I'm like, okay, calm down. Everybody calm down. So hold on. Let me see if I got anybody. Nope, not yet. Okay. So anyway, let's see some of the other stuff that I wanted to bring up with you guys. Yes. Okay. So he's talking about life in general, and the purpose of nature is the advancement and the unfoldment of life, and that every man should have all that can contribute to the power, the elegance, the beauty, and the richness of life. And to be content with less, than what you could be, to be content being a person who has not lived out to their fullest potential is sinful. Whoa. Whoa. So for people that think that it is, noble, or it's biblical, or it's a religious thing spiritually to not live to your fullest potential, they're going against the very teachings that they believe in. Because I know with my belief system, my Bible don't say nothing about be poor. Right? Jesus had a treasurer for a reason. You ain't got no treasurer going on trips with you if you broke. Hello. If all you got is a couple dollars to go to McDonald's, you don't need no treasurer for that. Hello. But anyway, I'm not going to get too deep into that. I'm just going off the book. Okay. So the man who owns all he wants for the living of all life that he's capable of living is rich. And no man who doesn't have plenty of money can have all that he wants. We know this. We know this. All that you could possibly want out of life for the advancement of your mind, your body, and your soul requires money for you to have some of those things to allow you to express yourself, right? And to live to your fullest potential. All right. Because you're going to need things to help you grow and to develop. Make sense? Tell me what you guys think about. Yeah. And he goes on to talk about, like, even in life, in society, these days, we're living in a more advanced society. We're living in a more developed society, and it requires you to have money to be able to function, let alone thrive in society. So he goes on to say, life has advanced so far and become so complex that even the most ordinary man or woman requires a great amount of wealth in order to live in a manner that even approaches completeness, to even get close to the goal. Okay. Every person naturally wants to become all that they're capable of becoming. You know, this is true. Right? Like right now, as you inhale and exhale, you know that you want to, as you continue living, you want to become all you can possibly be. So even if you're in a position right now where you are happy, right? You're happy, you have love in your life, maybe you have family, or you have a spouse or something like that. Maybe you have a good job and things like that. And that's great. But even in this moment that you live, you know that there's still more that you can do, that you haven't fully lived all there is to live in life yet for yourself. And with that being said, that means that there are more steps to take. There are more levels to go through. And in order for you to do that, you're going to need rich. You're going to need to be rich. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Right. Yeah. We cannot help wanting to be all that we can be. And success in life is becoming what you want to be, living to your fullest potential. Right. So Wallace goes on to say there is nothing wrong in wanting to get rich. The desire for riches is really like, let's break it down. Let's peel back the layers. Let's dig deep. Okay. Um, but the desire for riches is really the desire for a richer and a fuller and a more abundant life. And that kind of desire is praiseworthy. The man who does not desire to live more abundantly is abnormal. It's like a disorder. It is a disorder for you to say, I want to be everything that I can. I want to contribute to society. I want to contribute to my family. I want to leave a legacy behind for my children, but I'm totally against money. It's an oxymoron. You can't do it. Okay. And that's why so many people are finding that they have an inner conflict within themselves, because people that loathe money will never have it. And even though they loathe it and they're talking about how badly they want to live a rich, full life, they're not going to be able to do it without that resource. Okay. So just like he was saying, there's three motives that we live for: the body, the mind, the soul. Right. No one of these is better or holier than the other. All are alike desirable. No one of the three, body, mind, or soul, can live fully if either one of the others is cut short, just like I was talking about. So he went on with that. And then he gives you an example. So he says, we're all acquainted with the loathsome consequences of living for the body and then denying both the mind and the soul. And we all see that real life means the complete expression of all that a man can can give forth through the body, the mind, and the soul. So whatever, okay, no man can be really happy or satisfied unless his body is fully living fully in every function, and unless the same is true of the other two, his mind and his soul. Right? So think about it. Let's say that you do focus on, building up your mind. You go to school, you get an education, you get a degree, you build your soul, you go to church, you're reading the Bible, or maybe you go to synagogue, or maybe you go to mosque, right? And you read the Quran, whatever, right? You're focused, you build things, right? How can you enjoy being intelligent, being educated, and what that could produce for you in your life? How can you enjoy all the things that God promises you, right? Health included, if you don't have health and you're stuck in a hospital bed somewhere with tubes running all through you? That's not a complete fulfilled life. So if that's the case, then the same is true of the other two, right? If you work on the body, right, you eat all the right things, you take care of yourself, but your mindset stinks, right? You're not building and growing personally and spiritually, right? Or you'll be buff and depressed. What kind of life is that? Right. And the same thing, if you deprive yourself, you could work out the body, you could you could work on your personal growth and development, which is working on the soul and the spirit. But then if you're not working on the mind and you lose your mind, you lose your peace of mind, what does that mean for you and your life? You can't live it to the fullest. Right. So it's the same thing. No matter which area you look at, you cannot live a full and complete life without all three. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. Oh yeah, he went on to say some more stuff. Body can't live fully without good food, comfortable clothing, warm shelter. Without freedom of excessive toil, rest and recreation are also necessary to a man or woman's physical life. He can't live fully in the mind without books and time to study them, without opportunity to travel and observe the world and observe cultures, right? Or without intellectual companionship. And to fully live in the mind, he must have intellectual recreations, right? Books, some people it's movies or TV, conversation, education, right? And then he also goes on to say, in order to live fully in the mind, you want things like, you want to surround yourself with things like the objects of art and beauty that man is capable of using and appreciating. So to live in the soul, man must have love, and love is denied expression by poverty. I don't think y'all heard me. For you to say you're happy and you're able to give to the people that you love and you have nothing, come on. Okay. So a man's highest happiness is found in the bestowal of benefits on those that he loves. Love finds its most natural and spontaneous expression in giving. But the man who has nothing to give cannot fill his place as a husband or a father, as a citizen, or as a man. Right. And same thing goes for us women. Right. If you have nothing to give, you cannot fill your place as a wife, as a mother, as a citizen, or as a woman. Hello, I'm sorry. Hello. Okay. It is in the use of material things that man finds full life for his body. He develops his mind and he unfolds his soul. So it is therefore of supreme importance to him that he should be rich. And it's perfectly right. You should desire to be rich. If you're a normal man or woman, you cannot help doing so. It's perfectly right that you should give your best attention to this book, for it's the noblest and most necessary of all studies. If you neglect the study, you are derelict in your duty to yourself, to God, and to humanity. For you can render to God and to humanity no greater service than to make the most of yourself. And that is in so many different spiritual beliefs, right? There's comes to um, uh, uh, Christianity, when it comes to um, being a Jew or a Muslim. Like, come on. All of those things talk about how important it is for you to become your best self, right? To give service to God, or to a higher power, or to the universe, or whatever it is that you believe in. The way that you show yourself approved, right? The way that you are able to um, accept and receive that love that comes from the higher power, you will receive that and you will take it and use it to become your best self. There is no better service that you could do. There's nothing that will please God more than you becoming all that he created you to be. You cannot do this if you do not accumulate wealth. And even when you think about, and I'm not trying to like offend any other faith, but this is just my faith. So it's me. It's what I'm all about. But I'm gonna give you an example. When you look at King Solomon, and God said to him, ask me for anything that you want. And he asked for wisdom. He asked for the wisdom of God, not the world's wisdom. Because back then they were probably telling you to be poor too. Okay. Live in poverty. It's godly. No, it's not. Okay. But anyway, he asked for godly wisdom. Now that pleased the Lord so much that he said, I'm going to give you more than that. Right. I'm going to give you, length of days in the left hand. Right. And then riches and honor in the right. Now, the right hand is really important for those of you that know about Jewish tradition. Right. So why would he give the riches if he doesn't want you to be rich? Right. And anybody that knows anything about King Solomon knows he's the richest man in history, in the history of all life. Okay. Bill Gates is nowhere near the amount of riches that King Solomon had. Hello, somebody. Okay. So when you say, I want to express myself spiritually and I want the godly wisdom, guess what that wisdom is going to help you to do? It's going to help you to get rich. It's going to help you with your health. It's going to help you have longer days. And think about it. We just talked about body, mind, soul. And what did he get blessed with? right? He got blessed with the mind when he asked for the wisdom, the godly wisdom. And with that godly wisdom also brought him the biggest gifts that you can get for your body and your soul. Hello. He got longer days. He got riches. He got godly wisdom for the soul and mind. And then he got the riches to be able to um, supplement all three. Come on, y'all. Come on. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? After reading the chapter for yourself and really soaking in all those, everything from that one chapter, very deep, right? Very powerful. So I'm going to go ahead, wrap this up and go. If you are getting some value from, the book, you're getting some value from watching me and kind of chatting along with me and sharing your insight, then make sure that you return, make sure you subscribe, and then also return tomorrow, same time, all right, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll go into chapter 2. And chapter 2 is going to be all about the fact that there is a science to getting rich. So it's exact. It is exact. It is just as exact as E equals MC squared, right? It's just as exact as 1 + 1 is 2. Okay. So I'm excited to discuss with you guys the formula. What is it? What is this scientific measurement, this scientific expression of what it means to get rich? What is that all about? So that's going to be fun. Okay. So if you do not have your copy yet, maybe you just happen to come across this. If you don't have your copy yet, reach out to me. If you need to, I'll give you a free copy. But actually, this book is old enough that it is in public domain. So it should be easy for you to find for free. You should not have to pay for it. So don't go to Amazon, okay? Unless you just love paying money for stuff that you don't have to. But yeah, it's in public domain, so you can find it for free. If you look and you don't see it, reach out to me. I will be happy to get you a free copy and get reading. This is fun. And this is, you guys know my channel. This is all about business building, helping you with your online business so that you can become victorious. You can have victory in your professional online marketing, your professional online business. And so this is a part of it. A big part of what you're going to do to have the success is to work on your mindset. And so I love this because although it's not specifically a business book, it is a mindset book, and it talks about the things that we focus on as business owners. We focus on that bottom line. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right. So even if you catch the replay, make sure that you comment below. And again, this book is not for people who refuse to accept the fact that being rich is a blessing. So don't even leave me no comments. It's going to get deleted anyway. Okay. We don't have time for the negative energy. We only want the positive. We only want people that want to advance in life. And one thing for me is it took me a minute. When I was younger, it did take me a minute because I was told, being rich is sinful. It is not. It is not. If it were, why would God give Solomon riches when he didn't even ask for it? Exactly. Okay, so I'm out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.